Good evening, viewers. You're welcome to Woman Without Limits. I am Reverend Kathy Kiuna, and I'm delighted that you're here with me tonight. I know that your life will be transformed today. I'm telling you. The story I have, though, you better invite your friends. Tell them all it's time to watch NTV right now, because this story is absolutely powerful. This young man that I'm about to introduce you to has just blessed me. Just seeing him, just hearing and then seeing what he does and what he's been through. Oh my gosh, I want you to know there is no excuse in life, none at all whatsoever. I keep saying you're a woman without limits. The only limit you have is the one you've put on yourself. So please, can you step aside and begin to walk the journey that God created you to walk, because nobody can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. This is Woman Without Limits. Would you welcome with me an amazing young man by the name of Sammy Brayo. Ndongo.
Yes,
Hi, Sammy.
I'm very fine. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You're so handsome.
Thank you so much. I see you and I appreciate your work.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are absolutely handsome. You remind me of my boy.
Yes.
I have a son called Jeremy, who is almost your age. He's just a year younger.
Yes.
And he's just as handsome, you know.
Yeah.
So this is so amazing.
Thank you so much.
And today, Sammy is joined also by his mom. So his mom is also on set. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
Mama
How are
Sammy.
you? Yes.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And maybe you can tell us all your names.
My name's Nancy Mombindongo. I'm born again. I love Jesus.
Amen.
And I'm very grateful to be in this place.
Amen.
Let's walk together.
Yes.
And hear what the Lord has for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. So I'm going to start with you, actually. And I just want to ask you, as a mother, when was Sammy born? What year? And how the experience was, the journey?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Sammy was born back in 1999, February. And when he was born, it was when I was pregnant with Sammy, I walked the journey as any other woman. I didn't have any problem. Everything was okay. Everything was good. And until the time it came, when I was going for the cleanings, the doctor would tell me that I had my pregnancy was breech. I didn't understand what breech was, but sometime later I asked the doctor and he told me Sammy's legs were down, his head was up. And we waited until the end and he couldn't turn. So they told me it has to be Sicilian since it was my first son. So it was like, I didn't like it. It was hard for me, but I kept on having hope because I was pregnant, and when you are pregnant, you always miss to see the child that you are carrying. So I was ready for everything.
Yeah.
And a time came when it was time. Where I was, my sister came and I told her the story, my big sister, and she heard about it was a breach. I had to go through Sicilian. She looked at me and said, "Now I think you will not be able to do this by yourself when you're here. I'm going to pick you. You go to my place in Nyeri, in Othaya, so that I may," she's a nurse by professional, "so that I may get doctors for you who are going to see you through." And to my mind back today, I think that he was God sent to me so that I may go to her place, because I didn't know what will happen.
Yeah.
And so we stayed with her for almost a week. A time came, I went to the doctor. It was time, he was due, and I was admitted in the Nyeri Provincial Hospital. I stayed there I saw the gynecologist, I was checked, and I was admitted that day. I stayed there the whole day. My sister left me there, and she went home waiting for my Syrian section to go on.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for almost from morning up to 11 at night. The doctors had not yet done anything to me. So I asked the nurses, "Kwani, what are we waiting for? I've stayed here since morning.
Yeah.
The labor is too much."
Yeah.
And then they told me the doctor is out. He will come back. So the time the doctor was coming, they went to the theater and checked, and they said there is no oxygen in the theater.
Hey.
So and then I asked the nurse who was attending us, what will happen now? He said they are looking for ways of how they are going to transfer you from here to another hospital, because now here they can't do anything because they don't have oxygen.
Yeah.
So at around midnight, we were transferred to a hospital known as Madari Hospital in Nyeri. It's a private hospital.
Yeah.
We were like about 5 mothers. And we traveled like that night almost, I think, 1 hour to where the hospital was. And then we were carried in the ambulance. And then it was shaking side and side, side and side, side and side. You are pain, you are carrying your bag.
Oh my gosh. No, that's traumatic.
It
That's
was.
traumatic, yeah.
It was. And I said, my goodness, the pain, the bag, the journey again.
Yeah. And then you're even concerned that the baby is breech. So you're like, now, okay, God, were you praying?
I was praying. I had even prayed before, and I was praying and telling God, see me through. And then when we reached the hospital, they were waiting for us. When we reached there, the nuns were there. And in fact, when we reached, I told them, I want to be the first one.
Yeah.
Start with me. It is too painful for me.
Oh.
Let me go to the theater first.
Yeah.
And then another lady went first before me, then I went second. And things happened, and I was taken in. Everything happened. I came to realize about myself after 2 days to know where I was.
The anesthesia took you out completely?
It took me out. I didn't know what happened. I found myself in the ward.
Yeah.
The recovery room. That's where I was. After they put you the medicine, they put and everything, they tell you, where do you come from?
Yeah.
How many are you in your family?
Yeah.
That time
you disappear.
Yeah.
I've been there, I know. They ask you 2 questions, by the third one, you're gone.
You're gone. So the time I came to realize where I was in the recovery room. So we stayed there.
So it was the first thing that you did, ask for your child?
No, you just wait. I didn't ask. I was just there. I didn't know how things happen.
Yeah.
Nurses were coming, they clean the wound, they inject you.
Yeah.
You're in catheters, you know those things,
Yeah.
they put you uncomfortable. And then the second day, you know, I thought maybe when people go through Sicilian, maybe the babies are kept in the nursery to wait or something. I didn't know. No one prepares you what will happen there. You don't even know.
Yeah.
So they had not brought my child. So the second day, no, not the first day, the second day now, the nurse was going around the ward and she asked some of the ladies, can you give me your clothes for your children? And then she came and went, and then came another time.
Yeah.
I asked her, she was called B minor, something like B minor.
Yeah.
Why aren't you asking me for my child's clothes?
Yeah.
She told me, Nancy, you wait a bit, there is something. I asked her, what? There is something kidogo with your son, with your child. They didn't even tell me it was a son or anything with your child. Wait kidogo. We are going to bring your child. We are going to ask you for your clothes. How from that time?
Your heart.
I block.
Your mind.
They came, they injected me to sleep.
Yeah, that's trauma. Oh my God.
Because
that's beyond trauma.
Yeah, because now I was asking myself, no, I don't have a child.
Yeah.
What could have happened?
And they are telling you things in parables. They are not like just telling you what's happening.
I think they are not even around maybe to tell you
disclose.
directly. I think there is a process they normally follow.
Right.
And maybe she didn't even think that or ask for my son's clothes. Why she's not asking for them?
Yeah.
So I stayed, and then she came back again. She told me, now, Nancy, we are waiting for your sister, we are waiting for your mother. When they come at 1, we are going to call you. They finished me again.
Completely.
I said, now my son is not there. So there's nothing.
Because they are not telling you whether he's alive. They are, that's,
and then when
serious.
the senior doctor was going around doing the checking, she asked one of the nurses, have you disclosed to her?
In your presence?
Yes. Have you told her, the nun, have you told her what happened? Then I broke again. No, I was wondering. I was feeling like getting out of the bed and going
to go and
ask what is happening.
Yeah.
Because they were not telling me.
Yeah.
But with the time, I think they also do I don't know how they do their things. So I waited. I cried. I waited. So when one came, the nurse called me. She told me, now, your mom has come, your sister has come. But my sisters knew. Everybody knew but me.
Oh, they had told them.
They were, yeah, they knew.
So you are the only one in the dark.
Yeah.
And it is your child.
Yeah. So I waited, and then I was called. My mom came, my sister came. I was called in a room where they do counseling and everything.
Yeah.
I was told, now, here is your baby. Now I was happy.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was there is hope. So the nurse came carrying lapping the baby so well.
Yeah.
And then she gave the baby to me.
Yeah.
And then she said, now you know, Nancy, things happen, and whatever you find with your son, with your child, just accept it and continue. Things happen when you're carrying a baby. You don't even know what you're carrying. So what you'll see, just be
strong.
Just be strong.
Hey.
So when
Are you curious at this time?
yeah,
Are you wondering?
what is wrong? When I was given the baby, now you see the face, Brad's face.
Too cute, too handsome for like what?
I said, these people
What
were
could be
cheating
wrong?
me.
Yeah, these people are
They were lying
funny.
to me.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, and then in my mind I thought maybe he has a problem with the heart or with the chest or. Then the nurse told me, now you can unlap your son.
Yes.
That's why I did
You are a gift from God. Unwrap it now.
Unwrap it.
Eh.
I unwrapped my son.
Eh.
I told, remove everything.
Yes.
I removed. And then, Kathy, I'm telling you, I cried.
What did you find?
I found a boy with no arms, with a crooked leg. They couldn't hold me. I cried, asked God, what wrong did I do? Did I deserve this? What wrong could I have done to deserve this?
Yeah.
It was painful. It was painful. I cried. Fine. There were two. Deep, there was joy. Have seen my son.
Yeah.
So bright, so well, but deep, I was just crying. I cried.
Yeah.
They could hold me. So I was taken back to the ward. I was injected again. My sister took the baby to sleep again. They did talk to me, and then they started. They said they would send people to talk to me as we continue because I've already seen the child.
Therapists now, counselors.
Yeah, counselors were to come and talk to me. My mom was there. She talked to me. My sister was there, and she told me there's something my sister saw in me, and then she told me, Mom, Nancy, don't cry. You know, you're asking God why. Whom did you think among the ladies that you are with you would have liked to give back to the child and not you? Why? Stop crying and just accept what God has given you.
And give thanks.
And rejoice.
Yeah.
Because it's a gift and you don't know what he carries.
They told you that?
Yeah, my sister told me that. I said, yeah, do you know what I'm feeling now? I'm feeling I'm finished. I don't know. I thought, you know, when you're carrying a pregnancy, you don't think anything. You just dream of having a child. You're sent to the shop. Yeah. He'll be there to do things for you. Yeah. African mothers,
of
yeah?
Course, of course. And I believe it's all
me
mothers.
That shoe.
Yeah.
Send somebody to the shop.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Tell them to untie your shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
When you come home tired.
But I'm telling you, it was not easy. I cried. I would cover myself in the bed, in the ward, and cry. People there were wondering. I would hide Brian there because they around me to have him. They would allow me to breast him.
And
then they
breastfeeding, he was okay with breastfeeding?
Ah, proper. Proper.
This Brayo, he would pull it like
Kabisa. Yeah, he did it. And then they would take the child to the nursery. Yeah. When I need him, they bring him because they didn't want me to just to keep him for me. Then I try to overcome it.
You
with
come
myself.
into acceptance.
Yeah.
So they wanted you to accept, to know that this is your
yes.
call. This is what God has given you. So they wanted you to accept it.
Yeah.
How long did that take you?
It was a journey. It was a journey. It didn't even finish there. It didn't. Yeah, I cooled down. Yeah. But even in the ward, you see people brought flowers. Yeah. People are happy. They are rejoicing their babies. While me, I don't want anybody to come even near me.
Oh, you didn't want them to see.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh. And even I think I left there. Maybe they heard from the nurses. Yeah. But me, I didn't talk. I didn't tell anybody.
You told no one.
No one.
So
My
you
family
would
knew.
you, would you wash him? Would you bathe him?
I didn't. They did it
They did it for you.
in the hospital. Yeah.
So they
did
showed
it.
you also how to handle him.
Yeah.
Right. So they would bathe him and,
Yeah,
and
and
then
clean
give him
him,
to
yeah.
you. But then you would always have him wrapped so nobody
yeah,
knows.
nobody
Because
knows.
when he's wrapped, nobody
Even
would tell.
maybe if I could go to the washrooms, I would leave Brian there alone, and if he cries, I would tell them not to pick him.
Because you don't want them to know what's going
Yeah,
on.
most of the times I used to go when he's asleep, because I don't want anybody to. But they would talk in low tones there, and you just see they are talking.
And
There's
you know
something
it's
they know.
about you.
There's
Yeah.
something they know.
How would that make you feel?
I felt bad.
Yeah.
I was not happy. I was not happy.
So it was a journey.
It was a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a process. It was just a fresh wound that
Yeah.
that needed to be dressed
And healed.
and healed.
Yeah.
It was a process. So getting out of the hospital, I still had the pain in me. Even
Right.
after I left the hospital, they would talk to me. The sisters would come and pray with me. Yeah,
And your family?
and my family.
Who were there people in your family that didn't accept?
They did. They were also worried. They were very worried and were shocked. They were also shocked, like the way I was.
Yeah.
My sister would come. The sister that I follow.
Yeah.
They would come and cry in the hospital. Oh, why did it happen to this? Why did it happen like this?
They would.
Why?
That was the consolation.
Yeah.
They are crying
She
in your
would
presence.
cry. She would cry. She has brought me food, and then she would cry and say, "Oh my, no, why did it have to be like this? Why did it happen?
Yeah.
Why?" And then I would just say, "No." I would tell her, "Don't cry anymore. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't cry anymore. God
Yeah.
knows us. He knows
Right.
why it
Right.
happened like this. Don't
Right.
cry."
Right.
Yeah.
Were you a single mom even that time?
Yeah.
So you were a single mom.
My brother is my only son, and he was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was single, so.
So there was nobody like to go
No,
and console
so
and
now I'm
cry
telling you,
to
people are being brought flowers there.
by their husband and saying, "Well done."
Mama Brian is here, crying.
Alone crying. Oh, but who is like our God?
Oh, who is like our
Who is
God?
like our God?
I'm telling you.
So we'll keep talking about your journey.
Yeah.
And let me just go to Brian.
Yes.
So Brian, at what age did you realize you were different, differently enabled?
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, allow me to introduce myself.
Yes, please.
My name is Sammy Brayo. I'm a Christian, fearfully and wonderfully made in God's unique design. To create a life and legacy.
Say that again.
My name is Sammy Brayo.
Come on.
I'm a Christian.
Yes.
Fearfully and wonderfully made
Come on.
in God's unique design.
Hey, yo. Hey, are you watching Woman Without Limits? This is what's up.
To create a life and legacy, pointing others to Christ through my music and sharing of God's word. That's Sammy Brayo.
That's Sammy Brayo.
Yes.
That is what Sammy Brayo is about.
That's all Sammy Brayo is about.
So let's talk about the journey because we are coming. These people, you will know you don't know. Hey.
Yes.
So, Brayo, the beginning stages of your childhood, how was that like?
I'm telling you, Rev, my life was so hard, you know. Accepting myself was one of the difficult things that has ever happened to me. This is because the time I realized that I was different with no arms and operating mostly with one of my leg really hurt me. I really used to question God so much. I cried in my room, imagine.
So as your mother is crying on this side,
Yes.
you are also crying on this other
Crying,
side.
yes. That is the time now I came to discover myself. You know, Rev, let me tell you something. When I was young, I never saw myself different. It was people who made me realize I'm different, you know? It was people. So when we were playing in the neighborhood and people were passing by, walikuwa wanasema ule kijana hana mikono. I used to cry and I used to come home and ask my mom, why are people telling me that? You know, I never saw myself any different. It's you people who told me.
That told me I was different.
I was different. So I was like, I used to cry, like, oh, okay, I don't have. So it's, you know, so that's how my life has been. So interacting with kids has not been easy, you know.
From the beginning.
From the
And you
beginning.
know, kids can be honest and cruel. Like honestly cruel.
I'm telling you.
Or cruelly honest. But
Yes.
kids can be like that. Because I remember also my son.
Yeah.
It was that he never knew that there was anything different
didn't
until
know?
school.
Yeah.
Until school.
Until
yeah.
neighbors were
I'm
passing
telling
by.
you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and kids say it the way that it is. Hauna mikono, iko wapi, and they come around you to touch. Let me confirm. Is it really true? So for me, life has not been easy.
And
know?
you can't defend yourself.
And I can't defend myself.
You can't chase them away.
So I'm there, surrounded by a lot of kids, and I'm wondering, why me? Why
they
me?
would surround you.
Yeah, they surround me, imagine. And touch me, and some even used to be scared of me, imagine. I'm telling you.
They would be scared.
Some imagine.
Yeah.
I remember there was this kid in primary school who he was a newcomer. You know, me, I've learned in.
So hold on,
Yes.
Sammy, because me, I don't want you to rush this thing. We need to hear the precept upon precept,
Yes.
line upon line,
Yes,
you
yes.
know.
Yes.
So you've grown up, you've started now kindergarten.
Yes, kindergarten.
Kindergarten. How are you? And mom, how did you even think about taking him to kindergarten? Were you wondering which school will accept him?
It was not easy. I'm telling you, it was a journey since I was in hospital. And when it came to school, as he has said, when he was playing with other kids, they didn't know he was disabled. Kids, you know, they are innocent, they are angels.
He was differently able.
They would
call people disabled.
They would call him from the house, Brian,
Yeah.
kuja tukacheze mpira. What are you doing? Let's go and pray. Lakini grown-ups, when they pass nearby where we stay, they would talk to each other.
Yeah, ule.
Kilema. And then he would come crying in the house, Mom, watu wamepita pale wanani point to, they are pointing at me saying that I'm disabled, I don't have hands. Brian, you see them walking. Tomorrow they will not say it. Today they have said, tomorrow others will come and say that they will go. Tomorrow they will not repeat it.
Yeah.
So just go and
And at
enjoy
night they'll sleep.
Yeah. And then Brian got used to them.
Yeah.
So he never minded.
Yeah.
He would go in the middle of the field with other boys and play football. People are watching and staring at him.
Yeah.
But he never,
he's
that's none of
playing.
my business.
I'm playing. I'm telling you.
So
Football.
from kindergarten,
From
so when you
kindergarten.
met now other kids in kindergarten,
In kindergarten.
that's when you started to realize that there was something.
There was something there was something, and I was different in a way.
Yeah.
Because I remember also, like in kindergarten, the desk mate that I had, also we were young that time.
Yeah.
That desk mate actually really used to be very curious about my life. You know, the time I was holding a pencil to write.
Yeah.
My desk mate used to, first of all, let me confirm, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then the desk mate seeing me taking a pen with my foot,
Yeah.
starting to scribble something down, and they were like, wow. Okay. But whatever I can say is my journey of writing has not been easy. You know, I write with my foot.
Daughters of Zion is a ministry that was birthed in 2003. It caters for every woman. I don't know where you are and who you are, but I want you to know you can never come to Daughters of Zion and your life remains the same. When God is telling you stop listening to man's philosophies and vain talk, you need to listen to what Scripture says. I came for a daughter of Zion. You will stand until your restoration comes. You need to understand that God wants you to stand. If you can only stand, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Stop running away. Stop giving up. Stop throwing in the towel. Stop letting the devil win. He's a loser. Every last Saturday of the month, we have a powerful meeting full of women from all walks of life. Be among them and come get your life sorted. You write with your foot.
I write with my foot.
And you'll show us that. You will even write something we need to see.
Yes.
And we'll talk about even these pictures, these drawings later on. But I want to now just understand the journey, because you see what you're doing is helping somebody in that situation.
Yes.
And letting them know that it's not over.
Yes.
So, yes, they put you down and everything. Then you started to, how did you start to tell yourself? Because you're the one that matters.
Yes.
When did you start to tell yourself that you're God's child, and when did you start to impact your own inner man?
I can say in my Sunday school years. And that time it was my kindergarten period too. You know, when I was young, let me tell you something. I was in the choir since I was a young boy.
Yeah.
And that time I'm Sunday school. So And I'm telling you, whenever we used to sing those songs
Yeah.
in front of the congregation,
Yeah.
the songs used to remind me, yes, they were simple songs,
Yeah.
but they really had a lot of messages, you know,
Impact.
a lot of impact.
Yeah.
So even if I was performing or singing,
Yeah.
deep down me, they were ministering to me too. They were reminding me, you know what, you might be singing, but you're still God's child.
Yeah.
I'm God and I still love you.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how you are.
Yeah.
So I can say this happened in my kindergarten or Sunday school years.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's when now I discovered that God loves me. Yes, I can say I did not discover my purpose by then. That time I did not discover what is all about purpose, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I kept on reminding myself is, yes, I might be this way, but God still loves me, you know. Even though there are times I was low because of how people talked about me and never understanding my life and my path in life, where life will lead me to. So there are times I really used to cry the way I've just told you when I was young, kindergarten.
Yeah.
And thank God for my mom too, through her prayers and love. She used to remind me that, yes, we are child, but I still love you. And God still loves you too.
She would remind you.
She would remind me.
Oh, Mom.
She'll remind me.
I feel
So,
like hugging you right now. I feel like hugging you right now. You know, people don't understand the mothers. To your mother, you're everything. You know, and people don't understand that love of a mother
Yes.
is so deep, is so powerful, it's so real, it's so rich.
Yes.
Very rich.
That yes, you will cry because of ABC,
Yeah.
but ultimately the love that God has put in you for your child.
It keeps him going
Yeah.
and believing in himself. Because Brian says he was born, and I didn't hide him. There's a lady in my neighbor was telling me, "Kai, Mama Brian, wewe ulijaribu sana. If I were you, wewe ningemwacha hosi."
No. Are you serious?
Yeah, she told me that.
Actually, I remember even growing up, there was somebody in the neighborhood that had twins, and one of the kids, the twin, was differently enabled, and we never saw him, never once saw him. He was always in the house in. You know,
Yes.
they never brought him out, not even to the sun. So I do understand that there are people who just, you know, can't handle it.
They can't.
Yeah.
They are there. And also the other thing I would say is the society. You fear people what to talk about you, they gossip about you, you have
Yeah.
a disabled child, you give birth to a child who is not normal. They would talk also to me like that. I would carry Brian. I carried him even when he was in class 5
Yeah.
because it was a distance where he used to pick his matatu to school.
Yeah.
So people would see you calling him and say, look, sasa huyu mama anabeba mtoto mkubwa. Because walking for him, it was not easy in the morning. So I used to carry him on my back and take him to where the car was, the van was.
Yeah.
And people would talk about you, the society would discuss you, why they put you, alifanya dhambi, alikuwa anapanga kufanya hivi, that's why alizaa mtoto wako hivi. And that's why people end up hiding their children.
Yeah.
Because you don't want people to discuss you, talk
Society
about
can
you.
totally-
But for me, I think God gave me some, I don't understand, inner power.
It's
that
grace.
I never hate this. Not even, alikuwa katikati ya barabara hapo, unampata hapo with
Yeah.
other kids. Weddings, tunaenda na yeye. Odhoni, tunaenda na yeye.
Yeah.
Kila let them see him.
Yeah.
Let them talk about him.
Come on, you know, let me clap for you because that is such an
Yeah.
amazing mom. That is such an amazing mom. Because that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Why would you hide?
Yeah.
Do you know what I say? That it is actually, God gives a special child to a very special mother.
Yeah.
Because he knows, you know, that you can handle it.
Yes.
You know, that what God has given you, you can handle.
Yeah.
And the plans of God are not our plans.
They are not.
And he has great plans for us, no matter how we are. And this is what I say. Somebody may not be walking, and somebody else may not be seeing, and somebody else may not be hearing, and somebody else may not be this and that and the other.
Yeah.
But there is nobody in this life that's perfect.
No one. Even the normal ones.
You know what? You may look perfectly
Yes.
okay, but you're mentally ill. You have
Exactly.
mental health issues. You may look perfectly okay, but you have anger issues. People have different issues that they're fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that when they see somebody who now, you know, you can see it. Because
Yeah.
others are hidden inside.
They see it's a problem
They,
now.
they see it's a problem because they can see it. But everybody, nobody is perfect. Everybody needs the other. And so if everybody can understand that, we can embrace everybody no matter how they are.
True.
No matter who they are. And so Brayo, talk to me now.
Yes, so I was in my kindergarten years.
Yeah.
First of all, I can say learning in a normal school was not easy at first because I was not being accepted as a different level person was not easy.
Yeah.
So my mom really had to look for schools. We went with my mother for schools to look for schools. And remember, my mom used to be told there's a certain school we went, and my mom was told, "Huyu kijana tutamchukua." No, hatutamchukua. You know why? Because of they judged me according to my appearance.
Yeah.
Definitely they judged me.
Yeah.
So ukasema tu ni sawa. Yes, we felt bad, but you know what, we kept going, you know. I thank God for this lady called Teacher Lucy. Teacher Lucy now, she was the first teacher in my kindergarten.
Yeah.
She gave me a chance. She was like, you know what, I see you, but I may not be very sure of what you do, but let me give you a chance. I see. Hata nitujaribu tu. Let us see. Let us see what you can do.
Yeah.
I was given a chance there.
Yeah.
I had a special desk since
Yeah.
I was in kindergarten where I used to write.
Yeah.
So in the midst of other children,
Yeah.
now there's a time we're given classwork to do.
Yeah.
And I'm there, I'm given a pencil and pen, start to write down.
Yeah.
And then we're told to submit. So the teacher came about collecting the books.
Yeah.
And then he marked my work. And then he showed the class. He said, "Class, can you see?" Wow, the kids clapped.
It was a beautiful thing.
It was a beautiful thing.
You
I
worked
did
with your leg.
With my leg.
And
And
it was God's gift to show him how to write. He was not trained.
Yes. I was
You never-
never trained.
Okay,
to write.
how did you think about that? How did you think about using Jesus?
No.
Have you ever had so many questions? You don't even know how to place them. It's like, oh my, how did you learn that?
So what happened, we used to live with our cousin when
Yeah.
I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
My cousin that time was a candidate in class 8. So what happened, whenever she came home after school, I used to snatch her pen and start writing things. You know, my cousin was like, "Brian, what are you doing? Why are you disturbing me?" You know, she never understood, why are you disturbing me?
And you would
You know?
fight.
And we'll
for the-
fight.
for
We'll
his
fight
her
for
pen.
her pen. I want it and I want it, you know? And I take it and start scribbling things down.
Yeah.
I scribble.
Yeah.
Yes, I can say like writing letter A, B, C, D was not easy at first, you know, but that's the passion. Scribbling.
You had a passion.
Scribbling, you know.
You
Scribbling.
wanted to do what
I
the
want to do
others
this.
are
I want to do
doing.
this. you know. I
Exactly.
want to do this. You
Yes.
know?
Oh my
He would
God. How are you
self-
feeling looking at him doing that?
I'm telling you, the journey, you know, when like the story I've given when I was in hospital, how I was crying, people were talking about me, they were talking about Brian, they were saying disabled, ule mama mwenye mtoto ana mkono,
Yeah.
have you heard? It was all over. When walking, you'd see people talking in small tones,
Yeah.
yule, huyo mtoto amebeba ni huyo.
Yeah.
And I thank God. God is so good. If you give yourself to God and you allow him to take over, he will. He will take over everything.
Yeah.
Because me, I don't know. I never thought even that time I was seeing darkness when I was in hospital that Bran would ever go to school. I thought
Right.
Bran would be a child that I would feed. He would stay in the bed. He would never move. He would never walk. That was what I was seeing with my own eyes.
Of course.
But God later revealed things that I can't understand.
Because now you saw
How
him
to
start
write,
to write.
he was not trained by any teacher or a special teacher. He did it in the house by himself. He was drawing things before. And I remember the first time he went to look for us, I don't know whether, to get a school. They refused to accept him. Are you okay? Unatafutia mtoto disabled shule normal. Where are you going to get one? People with disability go to Joy Town. And I said in my heart, tutapata, we will get a school. We went to 3 schools, kwanza private ones. They refused. The teachers were called for a meeting and they said no. They said no. And I told God, Bran will get a school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kept
where
looking.
I kept looking, I kept knocking, calling him on my back.
Knock and the door shall be opened.
Calling
Isn't
him
that
on
the
my back.
Bible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you kept knocking.
Yeah. When they looked at me and said, is this really normal? Mtoto disabled. We have never seen this. We
Yeah.
have never seen a person with no arms. He will light with his leg. How?
Yeah. How now?
How?
So you proved
But who
them
is God?
wrong.
I proved them wrong, in my kindergarten years by taking that pen and writing. Whenever kids used to play, I used to go and join them. I used to go and watch an niende. I go there, join them, we play
He
together.
was hyper.
I'm telling you, I was hyper since I was young. So
Oh my God.
we go there, we play, you know.
Yeah.
When I take the ball,
Yeah.
hey, first of all, they stare at me, hey, okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And another time I scored a goal. I'm telling you, the whole school celebrated me. And that I was
You
shocked.
scored a goal.
I scored, imagine. So I was like, okay. For me, it was normal, but for them,
It's like, hey,
okay.
this is
So
big.
This is big. This is big.
You scored a
I've got a
goal.
goal, yes. So for me, it was all about accepting myself and believing in myself since I was young.
Yeah.
So we went on, we continued in my kindergarten years. Kids loved me, they embraced me slowly. Although others not yet, because as the newcomers, you know, in school we have the newcomers who
Of
come.
course,
Yeah.
of
So
course.
then they really had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And then now so it's time to transition to primary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Was that difficult? Was it getting difficult with time?
We also in primary school we had to look for a school. We had also to look for a school, despite getting a school in kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know, I thank God for a teacher called Mrs. Kinuthia. You know,
Yeah.
Mrs. Kinuthia, I really thank God for her. She was the head teacher at that time.
Yeah.
She also gave me a chance. You know what? She had my story in Kalimoni Primary School. She was like, let me see what this brand can do. I was
Yeah.
given a chance.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, in primary, there are many kids. You know, primary is not like kindergarten.
It's like 1,000 kids.
And public school.
And I
Yeah.
remember that time when I was taking for primary, again carrying a desk, carrying Brian on my back. The parents were there queuing to go to the head
You would
teacher's
carry the
office.
special desk.
Yes, for him.
Oh.
We did work. We went and then parents were looking at me.
Yeah.
What is this lady now doing here with a disabled child?
Yeah.
What is, they looked at, they couldn't talk, but they were talking with signs. We went in, the headmistress, by that time Mrs. Kenodia, she said, don't even queue, take Bran to class, everything will be done for him, just don't register, take him to class. Because I had talked to her earlier about his condition. I said, it's okay, just go and bring the boy on Monday. I've never dealt with such, but just go and bring him. I went him to class, I took him to class, and he cried so much that day. He screamed. You have never seen
I'm telling
such.
If there's a moment I scream or
Yeah.
start, I'm telling you, I shouted. What? You know,
Because of the too many kids.
too many
It
kids.
was too confusing.
I had never been in that environment.
Yeah.
Where a lot of kids.
So it was too much.
And whenever I entered school, I'm telling you, the whole school was just looking at me like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Like
because you lost it.
I lost it. Like what?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Oh.
So it was not easy. It was not easy at first.
Yeah.
But I thank God because now in class 1, the same thing, being given assignment. I thank God for my desk mate who was called Philip that time. He loved me and embraced me. And was like, you know what? I might not know what you do. I might see you there you are. But you know what? Come over. I'll sit next to you and yeah. I was very happy with it for him. So we started the same thing. We were given work in class 1.
Yeah.
Slowly by slowly, you know. That time at least I thank God I was able to write letters like A, B. At least now I can write words with my foot. You know? Right now I can write good words with my foot.
Now you can write words.
Now I can write words now. You know, that time in primary school, yeah, not like in kindergarten. At least I had upgraded.
Yeah. You upgraded.
So
You are growing with time.
yes, time. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So yes, I thank God so much because when we were given work, I was able to do. And I remember that time we were given an exam to do, you know. And I was given an exam and we were given a time period and then they were marked and then there was time for them to be released, you know.
Yeah.
You know, let me tell you something about my teacher, my class 1 teacher. My class 1 teacher thought
was
Mrs. Kiru. Mrs.
Yeah.
Kiru.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kiru was my class 1 teacher.
Yeah.
She thought that I was the last one. She, you know, like the list for the exam when
Of
it's
course.
coming out. Brian, let me check number 30.
Yeah,
out.
let me start from the back.
Let me come. 29. Number 3.
Stop.
How number 3?
Brian, wacha zako.
How do you mean you're
Number
number 3?
three.
How do you mean?
Hey. And she had started huko
And she started huko.
She came and found you at the beginning.
Yes. If there was somebody who had ever apologized to me, it was my teacher. She told me I'm sorry. And she also apologized to my mom that I doubted you and I underestimated you. But I'm sorry.
did that
She
make
told me
you
that.
feel?
I feel so like crying. She, you know, when she saw Brian in his class, she wondered how he's going to cope with such a situation. Like now, I didn't bring a house girl in the school to take him to the toilet, to feed him. The head miss just told me to leave the child with them and go. So the class organized themselves. They would take Brian to the washroom.
Yeah.
They would feed him. They had arranged themselves in classes. Tomorrow, break time it's you, lunch time it's you, going to the toilet it's you.
Yeah.
They just arranged themselves.
Yeah.
That is the kind of love that Brian found in Kaliboni Primary School.
What?
Yeah.
So they all took
I
care
never
of him.
employed anybody to take care of
To be
him.
with me, no.
I didn't.
I'm telling you.
And even that teacher, she
Yeah.
apologized because she thought, why did you bring such a child to maybe to this school?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be enjoyed. And she also had the same, and that's how the society is.
Yeah, judging.
Judging and even
Judging.
these people
They don't
who
give
are
you a chance. They just
special.
look at the features,
Yes,
Yeah.
and they judge.
Yeah.
This one
Judge.
can't do anything.
It's
this
not
one-
supposed to be in normal schools, anywhere, even in weddings, even in where they're supposed to be in the house, but not anywhere. So she called me and told Mama Bran, I'm very sorry. I never thought Bran would even write, but I'm very sorry about what I had
Number
thought.
3.
I had thought about him.
Brayo. Yeah.
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 Oh my. So she apologized.
She apologized. She said she didn't know,
Yeah.
and told God, I'm sorry. She told God to forgive her.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she never thought Bran would even write. She thought maybe I was bringing him to school to get somebody to write for him.
Yeah.
He did everything by himself.
Since
And he
young,
was
I
a blessing to the school. They were so happy.
Yeah. He was actually making
And
it.
in fact, there was a time a child wanted to commit suicide in the school, a girl. She was in class 8, I think. Bran was in class 4 by then. And then she was called by the headmistress. She was told, come, break time. She was a prepty, and she was taking drugs every day. And then she was, I think, getting tired and losing hope about life. And then during break time, they were called. The teacher was telling me that testimony. And when kids were praying and jumping all over, the girl was told, look at Brian there.
Yeah.
Who is supposed to do what you're doing.
To be feeling sorry for himself and taking those medicines.
And
Yeah.
thinking of committing suicide.
suicide.
She cried, that girl cried and told the teacher, why did you show me Brian? Why did you have to show me Brian? She cried so much and said she will never do that again.
Good. So he became a healer even. Oh, that is so
Since I was
amazing.
young, yeah.
That is so amazing. So you became an inspiration to other people.
I became inspiration to other people.
Yeah.
They loved me, and I thank God for them because of how they took the responsibility of taking care of me. This one has this role. This one has this role. This one has this role. You know,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that's what I was saying about accepting. If you don't accept yourself at first, then the world,
No one will accept
no one
you.
will accept you.
Yeah, by the way, it's you first.
It begins with you.
Because then the rest will, they'll
They
just
take-
have to catch up with the revelation.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to catch up with the revelation.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I inspired them. I thank God for them. And I remember there were time we used to go for break, and because I'm a rapper, they beat the drums for me, and then I'm there.
Well, you know my son is a rapper.
Oh, okay.
Ay, my
like
God. You are a rapper.
I'm a rapper.
Able to say rap something
I rap
now.
something.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, you are my savior. Nitasema nini? Umenipa favor. Your love is so strong it can't be measured. Nimefungua bingu, mvua kunyesha. Oh, umenionekania, umenifikisha hapa kwa nyingi njia. By the way, umenishow the way. Siwezi potea nikijua wewe ndio the way. Yesu we, niwe mtetezi umekaa kwa kiti cha enzi, life yako iko strong, inafanya niwe strong kama Samson. Lord, you are nice, umetufikisha hapa, tutaimba, tutakusifu Baba, tutasherehekea yote umefanya. Everybody say.
Have you recorded any?
I've recorded.
You've
Yes, I have a
You did it.
song.
You have a
three.
song.
Yes, the
Yeah.
first song I did was in Form 2. It was in high
From
school.
3.
You've recorded
Yes,
it.
yes.
That first song
That
that
first
you
song,
did.
yes, I've done
Is
it.
it on YouTube?
It's on
Yes.
YouTube.
It's
Sammy
on
Brayo.
YouTube.
It's
Even
on
though
YouTube.
there are two.
There are two actually. Apart from that, I also have other two.
Sammy Brayo.
Sammy Brayo.
It's on YouTube.
YouTube. I'm telling you.
I'll help you record the other one.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
will
Thank
help you
you.
record
Thank
the
you
other
so
one.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
you rap and record. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So, how did you do in high school? When did you finish high school?
Yes. So in high school,
So you finished primary
I finished primary.
and then went up to high
Got
school.
good grades. Went to high school.
Yeah.
I thank God for my aunt called Aunt Julia, whom enabled me to get a high school.
Yeah.
And in high school, that time now I had to have an aid. You know, in high school, there are a lot of activities. There are practicals, there are this and this.
Yeah.
And the children, they're not like, the students, it's not like they don't want to help you, but it's more engaging in high school, you know. So we had to bring someone on board who was my personal assistant, whom used to take care of me, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, whenever
Yeah.
I needed maybe to go to the washroom, whenever I needed something, he was there for me, you know. So I worked with an assistant in high school. However, the other students still loved me also. It's not like they never helped
They
me. you know.
accepted
They accepted
you.
me too.
Yeah.
Not that they never accepted me.
Yeah.
They whenever needed help, they were there for me.
Yeah.
And now in high school, now I can say thank God because now it's where all my talents blew up. Like in music events, I never missed any music event in high school.
So how did you discover that? Like, did you discover it during school events that you had something in you?
The passion for okay, because I really have a lot of talents. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm multi-talented. Yeah,
Yeah.
But speaking, for example, the passion of music started a long time ago. But I think in high school it's when it blew up because in high school it's where now we have events like music events, music festivals, and all. So I was called upon to, where's Sammy Brayo? We sing.
Even in primary, you used to sing.
I used
You
to,
know,
yes.
it was in a Catholic primary school.
Yes.
And you know the way they dance for the priest before
Yeah.
offering and everything.
Yes.
It used to be in the...
In the lineup.
And you would tell me, Mommy, don't call me when you see me jumping with the others
Yeah.
because you think I'm getting tired. Don't.
Yeah. I'm telling
He would tell you.
Don't usikuje kunitoa.
Yeah. No.
Because ulikuwa unamtoa juu ya huruma.
Nilikuwa namwambia no.
Anakwambia don't mom, let me.
Ukiona tukiingia church, usikuje kunitoa. Don't.
Let me dance. Wacha ni
Just niache
Wacha
tu.
tu.
Yeah. Oh, would you leave him?
Yes, I would. You know, he wants me, so I wouldn't dare.
Well, that's all the time we had for today, but guess what? Brayo continues next week. Same time, same channel. What a story. This is Woman Without Limits. You can text with your
with my feet.
What?
Yeah.
He does it.
I do all with normal operations with my feet.
normal operation.
Normal operations.